I'm about to show you guys the best method in order to get bot lobbies in Fortnite, so you guys can get 1,000 wins just like the guy on screen. This is actually the method that he uses, he told me himself, so I'm about to show you guys this insane method to get bot lobbies in Fortnite. But first, I'm going to be gifting a ton of my subscribers. If you guys want to be involved, make sure you guys drop like a sub, use code enemy in the Fortnite item shop, and then go to the comment section and then let me know what your epic name is so I can add you and so I can gift you guys. I'll be gifting tons of people the marshmallow skin, as you can see on screen right now, and the green goblin skin, and I'll also be gifting a lucky person the battle pass as well if you guys do not have it already. But let's not waste any more time, guys, let's get straight into this amazing tutorial. So to do this, guys, you want to go ahead and go into your Fortnite settings, okay? And this is an insane way to get literally bot lobbies in Fortnite. It's one of the best ways that is working right now. So let's go ahead and start with the game settings, okay? So you want to go into settings, we're going to change these settings so that Fortnite thinks we're bots, and then this will actually allow us to get into these bot lobbies. So first of all, you guys want to have toggle sprint. You guys want to turn this on, okay? Because that's just a default setting. You want to have sprint by default, you want to have that off. And then you want to have sprint cancels reloading, you want to have that on. Then auto open doors, you actually want to have that on off. So this is what you want right here, but make sure you guys keep watching because you need literally every single setting in this video to be the same as what I put, as otherwise the bot lobbies will not work. Even if you miss one single option or setting, you won't be able to get the bot lobby, so make sure you guys keep watching. Next, we're going to have hold swap pickup. You want to leave that on off, guys, okay? Toggle targeting, you want to have that on. And if you guys are worried about this messing up your settings, there's no problem because you can just reset your settings afterwards. And once you're actually in the game, obviously you won't be playing very well because the settings will be changed. But once you're actually in the game, you can actually change your settings back. So you can be playing with your normal settings while you're in the game. We actually just need to change the settings so that when we load into the game, we get into lobbies with the bot, or you get into the bot lobbies, which is of course what we want. That's why you're watching the video. So make sure you guys do everything that I'm about to show you guys. So next up, you want to have mark danger when targeting. You just want to turn that off, okay? That's just the default setting. So it's pretty important that we have that off. You want to go to configure the weapons slots, or whatever it's called, I'm not really sure. But preferred item slots, that's what it's called. You actually want to go ahead and turn them off, okay? So make sure every single one of these are off, okay? Because that's very important. That's just a default setting. So obviously only the really good players, or like decent players at least, will be using that. And it tends to be that the worst players don't have that setting on. So we're going to go ahead and turn that one off, okay? And just like for the same reason as the last one, we want to turn auto sort consumables to the right. Go ahead and turn that one off, guys, because that's basically the same thing, to be honest. And then next up, guys, you have reset building choice. You guys just want to leave this one off, okay? It doesn't really matter, but just leave this one off. Disable pre-edit option, you want to have this one off. Turbo building, you want to have this one off, guys. This is really important because obviously not the good. If you don't have turbo building, you're probably going to be not very good at the game, which is very important for us. So we're going to go ahead and turn that off, okay? And confirm edit or release, we're going to go ahead and turn that off too because that's just the default settings right there. Only the really good players are using that, or at least just the decent players are using that. So we're going to go ahead and turn everything one of those off. You guys also want to have contextual tips, you want to have that on, okay? And then the rest of these settings right here you can leave off, okay? Or whatever it's on. You only have this one on PC, I believe. You can just leave these settings alone right here. Then replays, you guys want to go ahead and turn every single one of the replays off, okay? Because this means that Epic Games can't track your games, and then obviously you'll be, even if you get 50 kills in a game, you will still get into the bot lobbies if they can't see your games. Next up is your controller settings. It does not matter if you are on controller or on keyboard and mouse. You need to copy these settings no matter what. So what you guys want to go ahead and do is go to controller auto run. You guys want to have that off, okay? So make sure you turn that off. Build immediately for Builder Pro. You guys want to make sure that this is off as well. Edit hold time. You guys want to make sure it's on the default setting, okay? And just like the slide hold time, you also want to have that on the default time as well. Vibration, you want to leave that on. And then look sensitivity, you just want to turn this as low as possible, so to 1. So you just want to keep it on the lowest one possible. So make sure both of those, look sensitivity and ADS, make sure those are on as low as possible. Build mode sensitivity multiplier and edit mode sensitivity multiplier. Make sure you guys have that on 1, okay? So make sure that's on 1. And if you guys can't edit those settings, it's because you need to have advanced settings on off. So we need to go ahead and turn these off, okay? So this is what you need right here. You need to ensure that advanced options are off, and you also need to ensure that the rest of the settings are the same. Now left stick dead zone, you want to turn this all the way up, okay, as much as you can, because this just means that you have a read by controller. And of course, once you guys are in the game, obviously this will heavily affect your gameplay. Just once you're in the game, simply just change it back to your normal dead zone. So it's perfectly fine. You can just change it for now so you can get into the bot lobbies. And then once you guys are in the game, of course, you will be able to change the settings back. So next up, we actually have the enable foot controller. Honestly, this setting does not matter at all because barely anyone uses foot paddles. So you can go ahead and leave this on whatever it is. If you use a foot paddle or not, doesn't really matter. You just want to leave it as it is or whatever you want it as, and then that's perfectly fine. So next up, in order to get the bot lobbies, you guys want to go ahead and go into your audio settings, okay? And you guys will see there's a ton of settings right here. Some of these I believe aren't on console, but it's still important because there's still some settings that you need on console. But if you guys are on PC, everything here is going to be relevant for you. So what you guys want to go ahead and do is go to volume. Every single one here does not matter at all, apart from you just have these top 3 on 100%. Okay, so make sure these top 3 on 100%. The rest of them do not matter at all, so you can leave those ones as it is. But the top 3 ones must be on 100%, as otherwise it won't work. You guys want to go to sound quality. You want to have sound quality low because it just means you have a worse setup, which means you're more likely to be a bad player. 3D headphones, you want to have that on off because most of the good players have 2-eared headphones, and obviously the budget headphones tend to only have 1 earphone, so we're gonna make them fit on a budget. And obviously we're not gonna have a very good PC or console, whatever. So we're not gonna be as good as a game as a normal person with 2 earphones would. Background audio, you guys want to leave this on the middle option, which is notifications only, okay? You can have all sounds on, but I'll just prefer to have notifications only. Visual sound effects, you guys actually want to have this on, okay? So have visual sound effects, ensure that that is on, okay? Because that just means that you have less audio, and obviously that means you'll probably be worse. But actually in this season it's actually been pretty broken, so I actually want to experiment with this one, see what Epic Games is thinking about the setting, because this might change very soon. Audio output device does not matter at all. But you guys want to go down to voice chat, just make sure this is on. I think that these ones, you can just copy what I have right here. So on, open mic, default input, default output, and then party, and then on. I mean, I don't really think this matters. This one you can just leave on whatever. But lastly, you want to have licensed audio. You want to have it on play, okay? Because I'm a content creator, and obviously that means I probably play a lot of Fortnite. That means I'm pretty good at the game. So that just blocks like copyrighted music coming into my streams or my videos. So that means if you have it on, Epic Games will think that you're like a streamer or whatever, so you're pretty good at the game. So you want to have it on play, just so they think you're a casual player. It's not the most important, but it makes them think you're a casual player, and then therefore you'll be put into a bot lobby. But we're not finished yet, guys. There's just a couple more settings that we need to change to be able to be put into these bot lobbies. So make sure you guys keep on watching, we're almost there. So next up, in order to get the bot lobbies, you guys want to go ahead and go into your audio settings, okay? And you guys will see there's a ton of settings right here. Some of these I believe aren't on console, but it's still important because there's still some settings that you need on console. But if you guys are on PC, everything here is going to be relevant for you. So what you guys want to go ahead and do is go to volume. Every single one here does not matter at all, apart from you just have these top 3 on 100%. Okay, so make sure these top 3 on 100%. The rest of them do not matter at all, so you can leave those ones as it is. But the top 3 ones must be on 100%, as otherwise it won't work. You guys want to go to sound quality. You want to have sound quality low because it just means you have a worse setup, which means you're more likely to be a bad player. 3D headphones, you want to have that on off because most of the good players have 2-eared headphones, and obviously the budget headphones tend to only have 1 earphone, so we're gonna make them fit on a budget. And obviously we're not gonna have a very good PC or console, whatever. So we're not gonna be as good as a game as a normal person with 2 earphones would. Background audio, you guys want to leave this on the middle option, which is notifications only, okay? You can have all sounds on, but I'll just prefer to have notifications only. Visual sound effects, you guys actually want to have this on, okay? So have visual sound effects, ensure that that is on, okay? Because that just means that you have less audio, and obviously that means you'll probably be worse. But actually in this season it's actually been pretty broken, so I actually want to experiment with this one, see what Epic Games is thinking about the setting, because this might change very soon. Audio output device does not matter at all. But you guys want to go down to voice chat, just make sure this is on. I think that these ones, you can just copy what I have right here. So on, open mic, default input, default output, and then party, and then on. I mean, I don't really think this matters. This one you can just leave on whatever. But lastly, you want to have licensed audio. You want to have it on play, okay? Because I'm a content creator, and obviously that means I probably play a lot of Fortnite. That means I'm pretty good at the game. So that just blocks like copyrighted music coming into my streams or my videos. So that means if you have it on, Epic Games will think that you're like a streamer or whatever, so you're pretty good at the game. So you want to have it on play, just so they think you're a casual player. It's not the most important, but it makes them think you're a casual player, and then therefore you'll be put into a bot lobby. But we're not finished yet, guys. There's just a couple more settings that we need to change to be able to be put into these bot lobbies. So make sure you guys keep on watching, we're almost there. Next up, you guys want to go to account and privacy, okay? And these ones are pretty important. So you guys want to make sure that you're watching, because because this one's pretty important. So player surveys, you want to make sure that this is on, okay. This is just a default setting, so we're just going to go ahead and leave that as that. Mature language filter, we're going to have that on, because that just makes Epic Games so that you're a younger player. And if you're a younger player, you're less likely to be good at the game. Friend invite permission, you want to have that on anyone. And hide your linked account names. You want to have this on, okay, because this means that Epic Games can't track you through your other accounts. If they can't track you through your other accounts, then obviously they won't be able to see if you're really good at the game or not. So you want to have that on, okay, just so it blocks that. Show text chat, leave that on, that's just a default setting. Show social notifications, leave that on, okay, that's just another default setting. And then can receive gifts, just leave that on, guys. And just remember, I am gifting a ton of my subscribers, so if you guys do want to gift, drop a like, a sub, use code enemy, and then comment your epic name, and I will be gifting a ton of you guys who do that on this video. Next up, we have the show on career leaderboard. You want to have that on off. Anonymous mode, you want to have that on off. Show season level in feed, you want to have that on off. Then hide other player names, you want to have that on off, because that just means that they can't track what you're doing in game. So even if you get like 100 kills in the game, that's not possible. But if you say you did, they wouldn't be able to track that. So that means they'll still put it into bot lobbies, even though you're like really popping off in Fortnite. And this is very important right here. Hidden matchmaking delay. Ensure that is on 0, okay? Because otherwise, you know, they'll think that you're a streamer if you have a hidden matchmaking delay. So just ensure that that's on 0. Even if it's on 1, it will affect it. But you want it to be on 0. And there's one more little setting that I need to show you guys in order to initiate the bot lobbies. So make sure you guys keep on watching. We're about to get into tons of bot lobbies. So next up is the video settings. These are the very last settings that you need to change. And some of these aren't on console, so if it's looking a little different for you, it's just because you're on console. But there's still some settings that you need here, even though if you are on console. And of course, if you're on PC, just watch the whole thing. So first of all, what you guys want to do is, if you're on PC, just turn your frame rate to 30 FPS. Because that just means you're going to have a disadvantage to other players. And then that means you're going to get into the worst lobbies. Leave brightness on default, which is 100. User interface contrast, just leave it on 0 or 1. And then next up, you guys want to have colorblind strength 0, colorblind strength here on 0 again. So make sure that these are both on 0. Even if it's on off and it's on 4, it will still affect it. You want to have it on off and 0. And then what you guys want to go ahead and do next, 3D resolution. You guys want to turn that down from 70, okay, all the way down to 12. That just means you have a competitive disadvantage, because obviously your quality is going to be very bad, and which is not what you want. But obviously once you're in the game, you can just change it, like I said earlier, you can just change your settings back, so that you can just change your resolution back to 100% if you really wanted to. Next up is the view distance. Turn that on near, textures on low, and then meshes on low. That just means that, you know, you're probably on a low end PC, and then that just makes it easier for you to get to the bot lobbies. It just really helps out. And next up is the VSync, the show FPS, and the rendering mode. I mean, performance mode, it does not really matter if you're on performance mode, but I would say, I've tested it, guys, I think performance beta does help you out a little bit to get into bot lobbies. But at the same time, I mean, if you don't want to sacrifice your quality of game, you can just leave it on DirectX 11. But I mean, if you do want to, performance mode will help you out. I mean, if you try this and it doesn't work, you might want to go ahead and just turn on performance mode, because that would definitely help out, and then you definitely will get into the bot lobbies if you do that. And then show FPS, you want to have that on off, okay? Because obviously then they won't be able to track your FPS even when you load into the game. Like once you load into the game, you might turn up your FPS to up to 240. So obviously you don't want Epic Games to see that, because otherwise they'll put you to better lobbies. So just want to go ahead and copy that right there, and that's it, guys. Those are the settings that you need to get into the bot lobbies. If this did help you out, make sure you drop a like and sub, guys. It really does help support me. If you haven't already, use code enemy in the Fortnite item shop, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.